What are you doing here? Look at that. Huh? Messing around. All right, guys. This is a fun one. Got this old Homelite at a garage sale a couple months ago for, I think it was 10 or 15 bucks. It looked like it was in good shape. Okay, so in this video I'm showing some footage from this summer or a couple summers ago, but I'm also showing that we're right in the middle of February. This is pre-spring. This is kind of the pre-spring madness that I go through, where it's a lot of waiting, and hopefully we'll get enough carvable ice out on the pond. We can actually go out there for a minute. It's still the beginning of February. There should be a thick sheet of ice over top of this run out, I would think. We got warm and cold, warm and cold. We get warm days and we get cold days. Great down there for what my plans have been. I'm just looking here, it's already completely melted at that end. This was solid last week. We haven't had any rain or snow. In the past, you see how this is depressed in. Well, it's because the water level keeps dropping rapidly. It's really hard and really dangerous to walk on. That's full of water. You don't want to get in there and get all soaking wet. That's all that's going to happen. I don't even want to walk on the ice here because I'll just slip that way. Somebody's rooting around in here. You know what I'm thinking, guys? You see where I cut there last week? I could actually walk out there easily. I'm wondering if what I mentioned in that one live, the Fisher cat, wondering if it's the otter that I saw years ago up in the upper part. It's now kind of drained out. It's drained itself out. See, the water line here is horrible. It's just sinking every day. Can't even go over there where I fell through over there in the one live. You wouldn't last even a minute trying to go out there or go anywhere over there. I can tell by looking, you'd fall right through. We've gotten a little tiny bit of snowfall, and we've gotten a little bit of rain. Yeah, this is solid, but it's so slippery and everything is aiming toward that hole. I don't want to fall in. We got a few inches. But it's just a bad year for ice. It's been, I mean, it's better than last year. Last year we had nothing. Like, this never even froze last. I got a little beaver chew. Efficient little woodworkers there. He made me a bridge. I wonder if I could cross it. See, it's holding itself up. I could come down and snip that. Have myself a nice little bridge here. Girdle the tree. There's another one. That one's dead. They just work on the trees over time. That looks like a beaver hole. I could be wrong, but you see, This may all be, oh nope, there's a tree stump, so this is not Beaver Dam. But look at that, they chewed that. They chewed this, it looks like about 100 years ago. He chewed all of that to get this old tree to fall there. How long ago was that? Probably 20, 30 years ago. Long time ago. Now you can see my tracks, and I think those are the kitty cat tracks that were there when I was down here. But that's over where, remember I said Fisher cat. That looks crossable. I'm risking it. I'm taking a big risk here. That's solid. All right, so that's good and solid. You can see it's solid enough. I feel safe here. There's some trackers there. You can see how much the blocks that I pulled out have already turned to junk. How quickly. So this is why I'm not coming down and doing anything yet. I'm still waiting to see if we get another cold spell and some improvement in our situation here. You need a lot of time with ice. Things needs to progress slowly. Like you need 5 days of cold, freezing cold. You see the kind of white crazing under the water there. There's another huge crack along that tree. You need a long time of steady cold. I mean, that block I pulled out a few days ago is absolute junk. It's not really worth it for me right now. And this is getting, what, we're into February now, so, and the rain, now it's raining all the time. Or every other day it rains. So you're getting a lot of rain, and then you're getting a lot of freezing cold, then you're getting a lot of rain again. And a lot of freezing cold is just too much back and forth. It's not steady enough anymore. And that's when the ice really begins to deteriorate. And once it's deteriorating, once the ice has begun that deterioration cycle, I wonder if I got anything on this camera or not. It'd be cool if I did. It'd be cool if something came down here and moved around. And this is that weather again where I don't know. And I really don't want to go out there because I know that's super deep. And that's probably deep right there. And the shape of it, I'm going to end up on my butt in the middle of that. I want to go over there and look closer, but I don't want to risk getting wet. Once that ice has begun to deteriorate, it deteriorates faster than it's made. I'll put it simply. I mean, there's a lot going on here. This looks like a beaver track. This is awful wide for deer. This looks like beaver where his tail is dragging. But that's a lot of deer poop. But how would a deer don't make a track this wide? They do chew a lot. That's beaver. Yep, that's beaver. He's chewing all this as he goes. Yep, see, look at that. Very efficient. Yoink. It looks like somebody cut it. Yeah, there's more beaver chew. He's back and forth here. This is his path. Definitely is his operation. Middle of summer, it's like 95 out. Nothing better to do but sit in the air-conditioned shop and do a little bit of carving and mess with saws. Got her running. The only thing I really needed to do mechanically was this switch was stuck down in this area right above the flywheel, because the nut falls off of those, and it's dang near impossible to get that tight. You got to get underneath here somehow and put a stopper. I mean, you basically have to pull the whole stupid cover off. I'm not doing that right now. I'm just playing with the saw. It runs great for what it is, for 75-year-old saw with probably 30-year-old fuel in it. The fuel was pitch black when I dumped it out. Well, not quite pitch black, but to me, you know, I mean, it was pretty nasty. No sludge though, just pretty caramelized look to it. It was really dark, and it stinks. It stinks awful wretched. I hate the smell of bad fuel. It's one of the worst smells in the world to me. I don't know why, but I can't stand it. This bar, it's not actually picking the oil up when I push on the oiler. This has an auto oil, but I can get another bar. I can get a bar that fits this eventually. I'll search around. I mean, it's got lots of power. It runs great for how old it is, and having had bad fuel in it, it's cool. It's a cool find. So yeah, I'll start her up and let her run for you for a minute. To me, this is history. It's just a neat saw to have. I might actually use it for cutting stone, because I have diamond chains that will fit this. That's probably where this will go to. I'm a nostalgist, but I like to run stuff. I like to use what I have. I like to let them stall themselves when they idle, especially with these older saws. You give it those rev downs, those little revs at the end, because you want the metals to kind of stay conformed. You don't just want to run it flat out and then shut it off. In general, that's bad for a saw. You don't want to do that at all with a saw, any kind of saw. All saws are the same. I don't care if they're this old or newer, but particularly this age, as long as this thing's been around and as long as it's been abused, well, now I'm gonna handle it gently. I mean, I'm probably gonna abuse the hell out of it. It just stinks. It's such a bad stink. Used gas smells like bad body odor to me, like BO and stale cigarettes or something like that. Like, it's old, it smells old. So yeah, there it is. I mean, not much more to say about it. It was a cool find. Thanks for watching, everybody. We might get into some other stuff with this. I'm still on the fence whether I'm going to cut stone with it or not, because it's plenty of good for wood if I get the right bar for it. It was throwing a little bit of oil there. So all right, thanks guys. We'll talk to you later.